ship desperately.
Oh, lovely bowling, go back. Come on, boy. What's up?
Just get going, that's what they want. And I'll say again, for South Africa, it's about trying to stay in touch. And you work it backwards, see what you can get at the back end. What you can get really is dependent on if somebody gets in and can be in control of that last bit. Fabulous start by Adam Zampa. Just 2 runs and a wicket as well. 57 for 3.
Coming up on My 11 Circle.
It's time for Park T20 League. 20th Feb to 22nd March. Total prize pool, ₹1 crore. First prize, ₹25 lakhs.
Make your team now only on My 11 Circle.
Impression है जमाना, तो short goal लगाना. लिए short goal. दियो हुआ पुराना short goal का है जमाना.
Seen that before somewhere? Well bowled, isn't it? Just continue to look at the line here that these spinners are working. You can see that is the plan. Get as straight as possible. It's going for the ramp. They're trying to hit the ball from straight over a keeper's head. Having to resort to that.
Yeah, the 3 key components. The one is the line, which you've spoken about. The second is the length, very important. So you can't get it underneath and hit the back of his head. And the third is the pace. That ball, a little bit of variations, ball good pace as well. Change of pace. Line's still good. Important thing is bowling to his field. So he's going to have to work very, very hard. As you say, staying in touch has got to be the key. Decision around what can we score for the last 3 overs. But
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
get away too quickly.
And I think an important part of that is just to lose too many wickets. So many teams with games such as these.
Oh, he's got it! He's got it! What a catch! Brilliant work from Adam Zampa. Is it short, fine leg? And what he thinks is get the catch rather than stop it going for 4. So he's in at the ball straight away and pulls off a beauty.
Now what Rasipanda does here is moves very early. Adam Zampa would have seen that. He's run to his left as quickly as he can. Dives, as you say, good aggression in attitude, and takes a great catch. 2 spin partners combining to take South Africa's 4th wicket. So the 2 in men are gone. Van der Dussen's gone for 24. South Africa now 59 for 4.
Coming up on My 11 Circle.
It's time for Park T20 League. 20th Feb to 22nd March. Total prize pool, ₹1 crore. First prize, ₹25 lakhs.
Make your team now only on My 11 Circle.
The UEFA Euro 2020. Live on the Sony Sports Network.
Sufficiently up for him to get to top catch. Big job for Pate van Billion. Catch it.
Every time they score a single, call it bowling to their plan. Did a lot of them last few overs. As a Pate Williams numbers. Turning over Korea, very strong leg sided. It's one of the things Australia will know, and they'll exploit that as much as they can. When he looks at power, he certainly wants to go leg side to spare the wickets. No, it's a dual spin.
Slipping.
Oh, nice start, Larry.
Yeah, it was just in the middle of saying that. Don't want to lose wickets. So many teams find, even in games like these, that they lose a whole lot of wickets and then they kind of stop going for it and just play to the end. And when they get to the end, they think, well, you know what? If we'd lost one less or two less, might still have been in touch. And so got to work it out perfectly in that regard with who's...
Always leave it on, because Sony Sports has the best international sporting action. 200 days of live cricket, 700 live football matches, UEFA Champions League, Serie A, power-packed WWE action, and marquee events. India Tour of Australia, UEFA Euro 2020, and the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. Subscribe now. Sony Sports, fully loaded.
So often... So often you watch teams and think, well, you don't want to be trying to win the game in one over. No, it's an exaggeration of a statement. Nice shot. And good running. Late decision to get back for a second, but it's quick as David Miller.
Biggest too is as the game gets deeper, you're 2 or 3 down, no matter if you're behind the run rate, the bowling side is under a bit of pressure. They feel the pressure, whatever the situation is. They're constantly getting wickets. They just keep in the game. They can bowl differently. They feel placings are more aggressive. They're not going to slip in, catch and cover. It's all to do with the game plan, and they can bowl to their field like this. Under the pressure, but you don't lose wickets. They've got to keep asking questions. They've got to keep maneuvering their bowlers. What do you just do now as bowlers? It's spin overs out unless somebody make a play. But don't lose wickets. Make them make decisions. So the game changes. You've got to, you'd be sitting the change before the game. You'd be talking about strategies. If you use for wickets, the strategy's got to change. You've got to adapt accordingly. I think the point that you make is a very, very good one. That years of partnership scored in the last over. It's about that and work towards that. Give yourself a chance. One of the great finishers in the world cricket, Ms. Dhoni, that's basically his strategy.
Very good, lad.
He's at the crease. You've got to watch him and hold us under pressure. It's part and parcel of his brain.
Yeah, and when partnerships get together on the leg side, the longer they stay together, the more likely they are to then wrest control of the game in some way, shape or form, because even if they end up sort of in a scenario where they're chasing 15s, if someone's got 50 or 60 and the other bloke's also got similar, even if you're chasing plenty.
Ball it, straight through, Zapper again. This is the skill of the man. From our distance, looks like probably the googly. Anthony Bullion, as I said, very strong leg side. Wants to turn this onto the leg side. Tries to close the face and through the gap. Never picks up another one, but very simple plan. He just run up and bowl wicket to wicket. Little variations in the wrist, but he's had a good session in there out today. It's a great catch. 2 great catches, in fact, and now 2 very good wickets. Bullion has to depart just the 1 run. South Africa in deeper trouble, 65 for 5.
Dwayne Pretorius, next man at the crease for South Africa.
a lot of trouble at 65 for 5. Nothing wrong with that average and strike rate. Impressive in the brief opportunities he's had at this level. And South Africa need a big effort from him this evening. And he uses his feet, doesn't get to the pitch of it, so has to smear it away to mid-on. About this dismissal, he'll get himself into a bit of a tangle. If he did pick it, he wasn't really in the position to work it through the leg side. But quality bowling from Zampa. The length is superb. Variation. Ball turning back. It's the googly. Perfectly bowled.
Well, it's one to... You're only going to get a single for the shot he played, so you might as well knock it down the ground with a straight bat to mid on his back. It's just thought thinking. Anyway, let's focus on this. 67 for 5, and we're at the number bit really for the South Africans. It's David Miller with a bit of help from his friends, or nothing at all, you think. And the trouble is, Miller's left with so much to do. The rake's already 13 and a quarter for over, 126 for 57 balls. I mean, you look at it and you just write it off. But we know better than that. Miller's one of the cleanest strikers going around.
Oh, nice, lucky.
One of the big differences tonight has been the amount of times that South Africans have picked the fielders, and there's a good example. One guy setting a single in front of square, and Pretorius has picked him out rather than miss him and earn 2 into that vacant mid-wicket area. Now he's dropped back. So in other words, Agar's happy enough to give the single away. The over so far, 4 singles and a dot, when the rate required is 13 and a half. Ouch. Very tidy cricketer is Ashton Agar. It's 70 for 5. Matt Pearce, the rugby commentator, on the left of picture. Next to him, of course, Shimi Shimangi. They're good mates, those two. What a good job. Callers of rugby in the world game. Matt's son at the front there too. The South African shirt.
She strutted some of his stuff here in the game where the Proteas played. He was at the park at one stage. Happy to be on TV, the youngsters. Oh, Pat for the 2 behind.
Come on, Zor, come on, Zor.
South Africa, no, they're going to have a look. They're going to have a look. I reckon that Pretorius made it back.
T20 format, there's no doubt it requires a bit of aggression, a bit of risk taking, but some of the shots played in the middle overs here hasn't been the best from the South African pair. Probably the front foot. It's just whether he gathers it time again to get it back onto the stumps. Oh, he did the bounce. Did the back bounce up. It's down there. Does it pop back up into the air with the bails are taken off?
That's off.
I think if you've grounded it, aren't you okay? think?
That's the new regulation.
Yeah, it changed a few years back. If you ground it and then it bounces up, you're okay. But you have to have grounded it first. Not out. On we go. It's on.
Some of the shots through this middle clear in
Come on, Barry.
class, very sweet paddle from Van Gissen for you. Very good on the eye from the South Africans. Almost got himself into trouble. That's the variation played a bit better.
Give a stop. Amazing how fast the rate moves. You know, Tommy was just talking about 10 and over. Tommy just did before. It's already 14 and a half and over. Damage was done really in the early stages. Flying start from Aaron Finch and Steve Smith. I always feel you're taking a heck of a gamble for the Australian cricket team back. Australians are weaned on batting first. Doing the bullying with the ball. What seems to be the story tonight. 75 for 5.
Versus Inter Milan, Monday, 2nd March, 1:15 a.m. Live and exclusive on Sony 10 2.
Ball Stark found and Jaffa, but Cock has got a bit of a tangle against him as he did the Wanderers, not quite as embarrassing to watch as the one of the Wanderers, but we all know what an important figure Quinton de Kock is, and he's going to keep wicket and captain. It's hard if he's in the field and conceding 190 and he has to open up. Traffic of that in his head. Pity because there's a good crowd in. If it wasn't for the one stand that's been demolished, or the area that's been demolished, better to take it there with a full house, great atmosphere. It was a great place for an occasion such as this. As yet, at least, it hasn't taken off. David Miller's the man to change that.
To counter Regard and Nokia in Giri Shamsi, so I think it has to be this pair as well. Miller is going to obviously have to be the mainstay, but Torres needs to be with him for at least another 6 overs, though, I think, to have any chance, South Africa.
Picked up and hit miles and miles and miles by Dwayne Pretorius. Well, it's something to shout about.
Yeah, this is a brilliant shot by Pretorius. 145 kilometers per hour. It's just the length wasn't short enough. I'm not too sure if Cummins was thinking about the short pitch delivery, but it's back of a length. 83 meters. So to come off the bat here, and no doubt it was going the distance. Seen, skidded on, and off the middle it went.
takeaway with the arms and that.
Following up with a very professional delivery. T20 format, the slow ball bouncer. It's taking a good practice to make sure you can hit it into the surface, make sure it comes up exactly the right level. This one just a little bit too short, pops comfortably over the head.
When did you first see that? I reckon the first IPL. First time I remember, 2008.
I didn't have the quicker one anymore. It had to be the slow one. Stick it as the surface.
Who was the Indian who opened for Rajasthan when they won it that first year? Yeah, Munaf, that's right. And he bowled it really well. That first IPL, Shane Warne led the Rajasthan Royals in thrilling victory. It still retains excitement today that it had then.
Changing face-off, fast bowling in T20 cricket. Cricket deliveries 53%, slow balls 57%. Often you want to bowl it as slow as possible, cut it as much as possible, and bowl it as far away from the wings as possible.
Slower, and that's he has slapped it as David Miller straight to extra cover, and Aaron Finch's celebration tells you all you need to know. They regard Miller as the key wicket here, and perhaps even the end of the game.
You get the feeling, I think it's wicket, game, match series. Miller was probably the last hope for South Africa. He gets this sort of celebration. He knows how big it was. Miller stands in the middle of the wicket, circumspect, just to make his way off the ground.
He actually played quite well at the Wanderers in the first game, got about 20. But this is a heck of an ask. The rate of 15 and over. He has all the strokes, he's good fun to watch, but this might be the nail in the coffin, as they say, as the slaps into Aaron Finch, who's got a very safe pair of hands.
Man just turned his hand and touch. Going to win in the direction he wasn't intending, probably trying to get straight down the ground. The Australian captain, I think, identifies that was the last chance for South Africa. At the over, 87 for 6. So through the hashtag KFC Big Bucket National Competition, KFC have given away lucky winners an all-expenses trip to a once-in-a-lifetime experience coming to the game and watching the game from KFC Big Buckets. Most of the winners are there this evening. Got to meet them a little bit earlier. They're thoroughly enjoying the experience. Great view from up there.
What the got was the key wicket early on, so too the fact that they said it was 10 balls between them. was hoping Tony Disson and Andre Klaassen, but hope would be soon dashed. He hasn't hit it. No, he hasn't hit it. So Marsh has got his man. Sort of ugly sort of shot, done completely, I think, by the pace of the ball and reviewed.
Get the feeling Australia don't have to turn to Mitchell Marsh, but I want to have a look, give him a bit of bowling under the belt. Absolutely no issues with that front foot. All-time best landing spot. I think it's just got to do whether he got some contact on it, because it looks stone dead.
I think Pretorius has given himself out. We're watching Ultra Edge. He certainly hasn't hit it. And Pretorius has seen what's up on the big screen and departed. We can see that. You can't. You will in a minute. As I agree, Sean, stone dead.
It looks like a leg cutter from Mitchell Marsh. A perfect, straight up, good length, hitting the stumps. Does the damage with his first delivery in the match. If you lost, we could take it. 87 for 7.
Well, they played some very good cricket, the Australians, tonight, and that was one of those moments. Slower ball.
Here we go. It's Philip. That's goodbye,
Always leave it on. Because Sony Sports has the best international sporting action. 200 days of live cricket, 700 live football matches, UEFA Champions League, Serie A, power-packed WWE action, and marquee events. India Tour of Australia, UEFA Euro 2020, and the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. Subscribe now. Sony Sports Fully Loaded.
And Nokia, next man to the crease for South Africa. So lots of rear guard action from the Test series. What can he do in the shorter format? I think he had to be on the last recognised batsman. I've got to use the review, because there was not much going for him. I thought maybe he knew that he'd got the inside edge. Clearly, he wasn't even close to the bottom edge of the bat.
Nokia's off the mark. What a brave performance from him in the Test series against England. He came and fought with the bat in hand on 2 or 3 occasions. Once batted 3 hours, I think that might have been. Wrong, but I think it was about 3 hours. In fact, his role with the bat in the win in the first Test match at Centurion was sensational. Marsh to Rabada. Oh, hello, don't hit. Oh. So one thing I picked up tonight, how well the Australian bowlers watch the angles of the shot, how they move then to a position to back up the throw. Saw it with Pat Cummins in the last over, just seen it again with Mitchell Marsh here. He's got far to go, but he's perfectly placed. He's the guy that fielded that ball. It would be typical of a team run by Justin Langer that there would be attention to detail, and we've seen that with the running between the wickets, which is very impressive, particularly against the new ball. Finch and Warner have run the Australians ragged during this series. There he is, right of picture, JL. That's a long 87.
Series has been dominated by the Australian bowlers. They've got 5 in one match, including a hat-trick. That spin twin, an example, good for his 5 wickets. Cummins 4. Just got 2 important ones, both times knocking out Quinton de Kock, who is the most likely to do the damage for South Africa. Especially to the top of the stumps, which makes it difficult for the batsman to get it away. That's good.
Out as well. Had to be in front of the lot. The reverse sweep, the miss. The 8th wicket falls. South Africa's frustration, indeed. South Africa's humiliation. It's close to complete.
I suppose Nortje watched the top order play similar kind of shots, so he tries to implement it himself. It's the arm delivery, beautifully released, seam position, fantastic. And it goes on a lot quicker, 100 kilometers per hour, and it crashes into the pad. Long before Nortje can get that bat down, he just turns around to have a little glance and see the finger go up. He knew it was out, Ashton Agar. Good variation, lands it perfectly. Nortje goes for 2, South Africa 93.
Come on, Larry. And that's bowled as well. 9 down now. South Africa are being torn apart here in Newlands.
Surely he can't get 2 hat-tricks in one T20 series. No, he can, and he's got as good a chance as possible. He's got the number 11 at the crease. This delivery is the same one as the last one. It's the right arm, 100 km/h arm delivery. Connected into middle stump. Eddie just looking to have an absolute Mo first delivery. Think too much about that one. Anyway, it's going to be a hat-trick delivery now. South Africa bowled out for 89 at the Wanderers. They're 90 for 9 here at Newlands.
But you don't see that ball bowl by many fingers spinners these days. The old-fashioned seam up, you know, it used to be called an arm ball. That's a particularly quick one. You don't see it. When they get curved in or out, it tends to be because the reds on the ball rather than because it's effectively a slow swinger. And here's Tabray Shamsi. Final rights of the match. Forget winning the game. It's a rate of 19 and over required. Lowest score in Newlands, 101 by Sri Lanka. Patrick Ball kicks it out. Back foot defence, no silly pointing, no short leg, just a couple of slips and survival.
Yeah, same delivery, just 5 kilometers an hour quicker. It's worked twice in a row, why not? Spot on, probably would have hit into the top of off stump.
15 gone, 91 for 9. 2 wickets in that Ashton Agar over, the LBW. No problem with that decision. And the old mighty slog from the number 10. Nice bowling from Ashton Agar. We've changed in the commentary box. It's Bangor and Mike Hazen.
Thanks, Mark. Just need the one. Australia totally outplayed South Africa tonight. Really has been a commanding performance. That opening stand was quite extraordinary. Certainly set them on the right path. After 10 overs, 114 for none. That was some going between Warner and Finch. And of course, the bowlers have done a fine job as well. The wicket of Quinton de Kock first up really put South Africa on the back foot, and spinners have bowled well. Zampa's got a couple, 2 for 10. Agar 3 for 16. Stuck again. Flicked away, 4 runs.
Nicely clipped that. Pace on it as well, so he just has to get some bat on it. It's misdirected from Mitchell Stark. Love it.
Big shout. Is the finger going up this time? Yes, it is. There it is. Unless there's a review. I wonder if they're going to have a chat. No.
They don't have one.
None left. It's all over. He wants a review anyway. Terrific performance by Australia. This has just been an outstanding performance today. They said before the game they treated this like a really big match. It was going to be in front of a very big crowd here at Newlands. They wanted to make sure they played really well. They said South Africa played superbly in the last game. They knew they're up against a really good side as well. Well, they've just blown them away. Simple as that. And they win by 97 runs. That is some victory.
That's huge. Massive. Just like what happened in Johannesburg. Again, look back there and Australia piling on runs first up. And then South Africa absolutely blown away when they had a go at batting. And that man in picture is led from the front, is the skipper. Up at the top today with his partner David Warner, who's right behind him. They blitz South Africa. And many will look back and say, well, why would you afford these Aussies the chance to bat first and set the game up? You do that, you play into their hands, and that's what's happened. Quinton de Kock will lead his troops to go and shake hands and congratulate the Australians and hope that the next time they meet they can get one over them.
The South Africans are going to be very disappointed. They had a real chance today, I think, after their last game of getting a hand or two on the silverware. Hasn't happened again, so it's been a bit of a barren summer, really.